first of this year's playoffs by defenseman Bob Lorimer. The Islanders outshot Buffalo again 10-9. The count now after 2 periods, 20-15 in favor of New York. My guest's face was a familiar one throughout the U.S. Olympic team's victory at the Lake Placid Games, and for Ken Morrow, that must seem like a long time ago.
Yeah, it was. We started tryouts were at the end of July, and we've been going ever since.
Now, it brings up the matter of the long season, something that you've never experienced playing college hockey. Do you find yourself tired physically now?
Yeah, a little bit. Sometimes when I go out to practice, you know, it seems like a long grind, but then, you know, a couple days before the game, you get right back up into the swing again.
How about a mental strain? I would think that might be the toughest of the two things that you have to deal with.
Yeah, once you're in shape, you know, you stay there, but like you say, the mental strain, you know, going through those 2 weeks in Lake Placid and then coming right in, you know, I only had 4 days off. I was hoping for a little more, but I'm kind of glad I didn't have that all that time off now, because I think I would have got, you know, out of the swing.
When you were described, the word most often used is poise. I wonder how you interpret that, whether you feel as though you're calm when you're playing the game, because it certainly looks that way.
Well, I am. I've had people tell me I'm lazy and a little bit slow out there, but that's the way I play, and, you know, I don't know whether it's poise. I'm nervous inside, but, you know, maybe I just have the confidence out there that I need.
Another very important thing that you use well is your reach. We've seen in people like Larry Robinson in this league how important that can be. And I assume that you pattern your game knowing that that is something you can do.
Right. You know, a lot of times you'll see me, I'll give the guy a lot of room to the outside, and, you know, hopefully, you know, by the time he tries to go around my stick, you know, I can force him into the corner boards.
Do you lie awake at night or walk around in the daytime thinking about a gold medal in the Stanley Cup in 1 year?
Oh, yeah, it's in the back of my mind, but, you know, I've tried to put what's happening in the Olympics behind me and just think ahead to, you know, the Stanley Cup right now.
There are reminders of the Olympics, though, even in this series. You're playing against Mike Ramsey and Rob McClanahan, two of your teammates at Lake Placid. Have you had any sort of a chance to reunite except on the ice?
Not really. I've talked to him a little bit off the ice, maybe for about 5 minutes or so, but we're hoping to get together this summer. The whole team's going to get together and maybe every 4 years have a reunion. Now,
the physical part of this series, the advantage would seem to be with the Islanders. Has Al Arbor stressed that? Because in this game, as the game has gone on, it has seemed to me that the Islanders have been more physical, and why not, considering the injuries in Buffalo? Yeah, right, and Buffalo's a skating team, and I think the only way you're going to slow them down is just to keep rubbing them out. You know, you don't have to really hit them hard and make it hurt. You just got to keep rubbing them into the boards, and it slows them down. Bob Lorimer's now tied you in playoff goals. He scored one, a very big one here, and you had an overtime goal in the first round against Los Angeles, one you'll remember for a long time, I'm sure. Sure, but it was a typical Ken Morrow goal. I shot about 10 feet wide and it bounced off somebody skating right behind the goalie. They put a 1 beside that in the statistics. Ken, congratulations for all you did at Lake Placid and for what you're doing now for the Islanders. Thank you very much. Ken Morrow, the New York Islanders. Gary Dornhofer's comments on the first 2 periods. Great hockey for 40 minutes. Coming up next, Stanley Cup 80 continues in just a moment. To talk about the
ICENET. Dynasties live here.